Hello, my loves. For those of you who do not know me, I am Gypsy. Now, what you may not know about me is that I have a collection of over 200 oracle decks that I don't use nearly enough. So this year, I'm really wanting to play with all of my decks and get different messages. Now, each deck that I use has a different frequency, a different energy. So this picky card reading is going to be, what truth does Spirit have for you right now? We are going to be using the beautiful Creatures Tarot deck. Now, keep in mind that these particular truths may be a little heavy because the energy and frequency of this deck, as you can see, these images are beautiful, but they've got like a little bit of a darker, gloomy type energy. So keep that in mind when you select your pile. I am going to do, I think, 4 piles for you to choose from. So let's get into the pile selection. I have 4 piles here for you to choose from, so take a big deep breath in for me and out, and ask your guides which of these 4 piles best represents the message that Spirit has for me right now in this moment. Which of these 4 piles is the truth that I need to hear? Once you've made your selection, you can go to the description box of this video to find the timestamp for the beginning of your pile. Hello to those of you who selected pile number 1. For you, we have the 10 of Fire, which would be the 10 of Wands, the 5 of Water, 5 of Cups, the 9 of Cups, and the 2 of Cups. All right, I'm going to be clarifying as we go into these energies. Now, the first card is like the eyes. The eyes are getting me on this card. The 10 of Wands. Now, particularly in the 10 of Wands, we see an image of a woman carrying incredible burdens throughout, like all those sticks, all those wands, and things that are going on around her. However, I'm not getting that from this image. In this image, the butterfly imagery is giving me a certain transformation, that things are much brighter now. Flowers are blooming. However, I'm really drawn to her eye makeup. This is giving me the energy of, I've been through some ish. I've really been through it. I was faced with so many challenges in this past chapter that I'm just stepping out of now. And while these butterflies are here, I'm looking a hot mess. This is giving the energy of, I had a really big night last night. Or I've been through it, right? When your eye makeup is all smudged all over your face. Let's go a little deeper into this energy. Show me more about this 10 of Wands, please. So 3 of Wands and the 2 of Cups in the reverse, clarifying that. So you had to separate from certain people who are not necessarily part of your future plans now. It seems like during this time you were incredibly future focused. So you were thinking about, who's coming with me? Where am I going? Right? I just heard you had your eye on the prize. You had your eye on the prize. And so that may have meant that you had to withdraw from certain people, certain relationships, certain people that you couldn't necessarily take with you. And that could have been pretty heavy, right? Dealing with division. If you're somebody who feels as though there's no separation between you and others, it's like people weren't necessarily happy about where it was that you were going. Show me more, please. So you have the Queen of Swords, and she's coming out sideways. So this is the energy of, I have incredible boundaries. I had to create boundaries, but it's giving the energy of being somebody who doesn't necessarily want to have separation and boundaries between you and others. But it seems like this is a lesson that you had to learn the hard way, right? It's unfortunately, there are going to be people in this reality that don't respect boundaries, that don't understand. I don't want you to come with me, or you can't come with me in this same energy that you're in. So then we have the 5 of Cups energy. I just heard remorse. So yeah, I feel like this is the 5 of Cups, which indicates grief, sadness, loss, focusing on what happened in the past. However, this feels very internal to me as I look at this energy. It's like you're grieving parts of yourself that you had to experience, right? That you had to embody during this last chapter. When you're carrying all these burdens, all these wands of people, situations, and you have to put boundaries in place, and you don't necessarily want to have to be that way with these people, and don't want to necessarily have to be bossy in this energy, you may be thinking about certain things that you did or you participated in, right? I could have handled this better. I didn't like this side of myself that came out sometimes with these people, but I was under pressure. I was under so much pressure of carrying all these burdens, all these extra responsibilities. Now this is interesting. We've got the Four of Pentacles that has come out here, and as you can see in this Four of Pentacles, hang on, is that going to focus? He's got the same body language as that initial image. This is like being a little closed off. You may be physically feeling this in your body, where your posture is changed. Your posture is more in a posture that feels safe to you right now. You may find yourself being a little guarded, right? Because it's like an energy of, I think I need to protect others from me. And I don't necessarily feel like this is true. We've got the World card here indicating that you've achieved something, that you've completed a cycle, that it's time to move on to bigger and better things because you successfully completed this previous chapter of overcoming these burdens. But it's giving the energy of like lingering energy, like, of what cost? At what cost? Who did I have to become to get myself out of this burdensome energy? Show me more, please. So we have the Knight of Pentacles energy, meaning that, again, you are now abundant, you are now self-sufficient, you are now somebody who takes care of you, and you're being rewarded for your efforts, or you're stepping into that energy now. However, we've got the Sun energy here in the reverse, which means it doesn't necessarily feel how you thought that it was going to feel. The King of Pentacles energy here represents a huge level up, a level up in stability, a level up in being able to rely on yourself and being surrounded by those that you can now rely on. However, Justice card in the reverse seems like, but what I went through seemed unfair, or the way that I acted seemed unfair. I didn't necessarily like all of the things that I had to do to get myself out of this situation. Maybe you had to lie about something. Maybe you didn't see another way than to be deceptive in your energy or be unkind at times. And the Queen of Swords energy there, she is very forceful with her boundaries, but sometimes she can be unkind. But sometimes she needs to be that way in order to get her point across. But she doesn't need to, but she feels that she needs to, right? She's like, are you not hearing me? Are you not hearing what I just said? Do I need to? It's like maybe there were times where you feel like you were a little excessive in your delivery, and that's what happens when we feel trapped in a situation. When our back is up against the wall, it's like, how am I going to escape this situation? We become stressed. Like, think of it like a cornered animal. What does a cornered animal do? Then we have the Nine of Cups. Now, this is interesting because the Nine of Cups is complete emotional fulfillment. So this, again, clarifies that previous world card of you've accomplished something. You have, like, this is complete emotional abundance. I feel good. I made it through, right? Positive things are happening. However, if you look at her eyes, I'm really drawn to the eyes in this image. Her eyes, they're glassy, they're glazed over. There's a little sadness in these eyes. So it's like grieving the previous chapter. Like, I know that I've got everything that I wanted. She's got her grapes there. She's got a bottle of wine. She's living abundantly, right? Wishes have come true. So be mindful of not being able to see the progress that you've made in this space. So there's also an energy here of you being like, I've made it through the other side and I don't ever want to go back there. I don't ever want to put myself in that kind of situation again. And so there's a little bit of a fear, like I've recovered from this setback or whatever it is that you've gone through. You felt trapped in a situation and you don't ever want to go back. But there's also a guilt of being like, I'm on the other side now and I feel bad because there's other people that are still stuck there. I could go back for these people, but I don't necessarily want to, and I feel like that may be selfish, right? But it's like you're really beating yourself up. And that's what these cards do. They bring out the shadow aspects of ourselves, the guilt, the fears, and this kind of thing. So now we have the Two of Cups energy, which these two people are together. This person is supported, right? Show me this energy, please. Now I'm looking at this cat and it's reminding me of the Cheshire Cat from Alice in Wonderland, right? Okay, Ten of Wands. Now this is a beautiful energy, but this is bringing us back to the initial Ten of Wands energy. It's like, we're good here. People are supporting me. People are loving to me. People have got me. They've got my back. We're creating together. As you can see, I don't know if you can see, but maybe it's just my interpretation, but she actually looks pregnant in this image, and she's got her hand on her tummy there, and she's growing something, and she has the support of this person. Like, we're here, like, we're doing this together. However, it's like, maybe you got the guy, maybe you got the girl, maybe you got the recognition in a group of friends or family, maybe you got that job, maybe you made that deal and people now want to align with you, but you're still carrying the burden of the previous chapter, the emotional burden, right? You're no longer in it, but it's like you feel a sense of guilt for not being in it. Maybe you had to leave people behind, maybe you had to leave children behind, but you know what I mean? Like, I had to do it kind of sounds like it's giving like unspeakable things. Now, whatever that feels like to you, I had to do unspeakable things in order to get myself out of this situation. I had to make a choice. You knew that it was the right choice. It was a positive choice. However, it also felt like you gave up on something, or you might have got a lot of negative attention for the choice that you made, whether that be from the public, from a previous employer, or whoever. People may feel differently about you now. Like, I can't believe that pole number one did that. I can't believe they behaved in this way. I can't believe they gave up on me. I can't believe they ended this relationship. I can't believe that that's just their perception if they're not necessarily recognizing the situation that you were in. You got yourself out of it. Just be mindful if these people are putting certain things upon you, like projecting their own feelings and emotions onto what you could have done better. You don't have to take that on necessarily. Let me get some final advice for those of you who chose pile number one. Final advice for those of you who chose pile number one. So you're going to be shifting out of this energy really very soon. When you're under immense pressure, you never know the decisions that you're going to make when you are engaged in conflict, when you're backed into a corner, when you feel like you have no other choice. It's more difficult to make decisions. You have this card that says depth. You have undergone a profound personal transformation and reclaimed your power. You are already exploring your subconscious and motivations and the way that you act when you are in a state of fear and a state of desire, right? So it's like I said, you act differently when you have an ultimate desire to escape something, to have something, and also when you're in a state of fear. Now, you even being in the energy where you are exploring that is incredibly profound. It's an incredible self-awareness to have this frequency of, maybe I didn't do everything perfectly, and that's how we become self-aware, and that's how we learn, and that's how we grow. You're shedding old habits and beliefs, detaching from your limitations. Yeah, the limitations that you felt when you were trapped in this particular space, you don't feel that anymore, and you don't have to feel guilty for that. Then we have nurturing. You are a guiding light to others. You're a supportive person. You support others through positive emotions. Sorry, I was just interrupted by a phone call. You are an incredible healing presence for others. You help others to grow. You practice self-love, usually, right? You encourage others. And I want to see you give that same encouragement to yourself. If your friend was going through this situation, what would you say to them? And how would you nurture them and comfort them? Because it seems like you're that very nurturing presence for others. And it's important to give that nurturing energy to yourself as well when you don't feel like you acted in integrity or in your best light. That kind of thing. Then we have confidence. This one says self-awareness, and that is exactly where you're at. You have this incredible self-awareness now about who it is that you are, what felt misaligned, and that's okay, because you know, when I'm in a situation that is tense, that I'm carrying everyone else's shit, and I completely flip out, or I, you know, act in a way that I don't love for myself. If I'm acting in my shadow, if I'm triggered in some sort of way, and I don't want to hate myself for that. I don't want to hate myself for that. And you shouldn't. And sometimes this energy comes from other people hating on you because you acted in a particular way. But are they perfection? Are they a true embodiment of pure light always, all the time? Or how would they behave in the same circumstances? It seems like people are responding a little negatively to certain choices that you made. And it's okay. It's only that you need to be confident in the choice that you made. I know you probably don't want to put yourself back there, but try and go back there in your mind to the pressure that you were under. The Ten of Wands is immense amount of pressure, and we don't, like I said, always make the best decisions, but I actually feel like the decision that you made was a positive one. It was a positive one to get you out of this previous situation because you didn't feel as though you had any other option. Much love to you. If this reading resonated with you, leave me a comment in the comment section, and if you'd like to book a personalized reading with me, link is in the description box. Hello, my beautiful pile number 2. What truth does Spirit have for you at this time? For you, I have the Six of Air, or the Six of Swords, the Three of Water, or the Three of Cups, the Addiction, which would be the Devil, right? And the Seven of Wands, or Seven of Fire. Okay. Let's have a look. First of all, we've got this Six of Swords. Now, this is about moving from one turbulent situation into a more calm situation. As I look at this image, I'm really drawn to what she has on her hand, which seems to be like coordinates, right? So you've got the next steps, you've got the strategy in place in order to calm things down or leave a previous situation. I'm also seeing at the back here, it looks like she's got like angel wings, so the support of angels, guides and ancestors on the next leg of your journey. So I feel like you're receiving downloads right now, right? About which way to go, how to get out of a specific situation. You might be given the path to move somewhere, or an inkling or urge to need to move. Clarify this energy for me, please, Spirit. So the Four of Cups energy indicating that where you currently are is a little gloomy, a little dissatisfying, but you know what you have to do in order to get yourself out. Emperor energy indicates taking leadership over your own life. So this would be, maybe you have begun to realize that you need a little bit more structure. You need to be a bit more of an authority in your life right now. And the moon energy there indicates like a certain level of uncertainty or fear about becoming this. So this would indicate to me that perhaps you haven't, although you've downloaded the coordinates or put them into the GPS navigation system or whatever, you still haven't taken that step yet in order to move on from this situation. You're getting there, right? Then we have the Three of Cups. The first thing that I notice about this image is these like warthogs or whatever. It's reminding me of the Lion King, Pumbaa, is it? Pumbaa. Hakuna Matata. Hakuna Matata. What is Hakuna Matata? It means no worries for the rest of your days. It's a problem-free philosophy. Hakuna Matata. I just heard unlikely friends, and that is very much true for that particular movie, right? Simba's a lion and makes friends with the warthog. Doesn't want to eat him. So there's like unlikely people that are coming to assist you at this time. So you might have your reservations about these people being able to help you right now. Show me more about this energy, please. So we have the Eight of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups in the reverse. So this is an energy of wondering whether or not you are working with the right kind of people. So maybe you have previously put your trust in the wrong kind of people to help you get out of a situation. Maybe you're not necessarily sure about the person that's given you these coordinates, or this earth angel maybe that has come in and said, hey, this is what you need to do. This is the way that you need to go in order to get out of your situation. And you're like, I don't necessarily know if I can trust you. And it's because of the things that you've been through previously with people, right? You are with that Emperor energy there. This is the energy of, I understand that I need to do something. I need to have discipline, focus, and I need to be the authority. So then when you have people coming in that want to assist and want to help, you're struggling between knowing, is this something I need to do for myself? Is this something that I need to like be the authority on and make all the decisions? Or can I trust this other person to come in and support me? There's an energy here with the Queen of Cups energy in the reverse. This can be like somebody who's codependent. You don't necessarily want to be codependent on somebody else's help and somebody else's assistance. Show me more, please. So we've got the Knight of Cups. This is somebody that has pure intentions, right? Comes in with a cup of love and you're like, yeah, but Wheel of Fortune in reverse. I've trusted people like this before. They always have good intentions, right? Is the energy. They always have good intentions, but I understand that previously when I wasn't in control of the situation, things went bad. Things took a turn for the worst. Now the song, it means no worries for the rest of your days. It's a problem free. Your energy is saying, but okay, you're saying it's problem free and that it's going to be no worries and it's all going to be fine. However, it's only ever fine if I do it myself. Is the energy. Like, I feel like other people, inviting other people into the mix is what caused me problems previously. Then we have the Devil energy here. I just heard new levels, new devils. Show me this energy, please. So you've worked with people previously that looked tempting. It looked like a tempting offer, whether it be relationships, friendships. It's people that lured you in that you felt like were a vibrational match for you, because that's how the devil shows up, in a very tempting way. But they cause stress. They cause opportunities for you to miss out on opportunities, right? Because you tried to take people with you. People who said that they were going to do things, who looked like they were going to pull their weight and they didn't necessarily. So it kept you stuck. It caused more delays, more obstacles. So it's an interesting energy of being stuck between, am I supposed to just do everything by myself? Am I supposed to go it alone? The Seven of Fires or Seven of Wands means that you're prepared for battle and you're prepared for a fight, right? You know how to take care of you and you know what it takes. You've been here before. Show me this energy, please. The thing is, if you're looking for shadows in people and what they can't bring to the table or where their shortcomings are, you will find them, honey. You will find them every time, because we all have them. No matter how shiny and love and light somebody looks and what their intentions are, we will always find what we are looking for. Seven of Fires, the Empress energy, and the Eight of Swords energy. So the Empress energy represents being incredibly fertile. When we're in the Empress energy, we attract many things. So what Spirit is saying here is that because you're in the energy of receiving, because you are ready to close out this previous cycle and move on to something much more abundant and beautiful and less restrictive, you are attracting the right kind of people to help you, right, to assist you along your journey. However, it's a good idea to start to release some of those limiting beliefs of what you've been through in the past. Yes, there are people here that will disappoint you, but if you don't have such high expectations of people's abilities, then they don't disappoint you. If you look at them from a space of, hey, this person is here to help me, this person is here to assist on the next leg of my journey, and these people have limitations too in what they're able to do. Just as you have your limitations in being able to trust people, other people also have limitations. And while they may present themselves in some particular way, doesn't mean that they're free of these limitations. It's like meeting people where they are, right? This person wants to help you. And that help or their ability to do so may not look what you expect from them, right? But you're like, they have positive intentions. And as somebody who works in this field of energy and frequency and manifestation, their intentions are everything. Everything is built from intention. I feel like you're making judgments about this person and their ability to help you, or do they even understand me and what it is that I've been through? So just watch that. That's that devil energy of expectation, right? Show me some final advice, please. This person is coming through offering a solution, is what I'm hearing. They're offering a solution to your problem. You want to know what the outcome's going to be. This person doesn't know that either. They're only offering the solution, right? I have a solution. I don't know if that's the solution that you want, but I'm willing to offer it to you because I want the best for you. I really do. They might fumble. They might stumble. They might, like, they're limited too. They're not superhuman, right? Show me final advice for those who chose pile number 2, please. This person's meeting you with an open heart. They sincerely want to help you. They want to help you feel supported. And you want to be wiser at choosing people to align yourself with. This person's offering to help. And that's really all there is. That's all that matters. This person loves you or wants to extend love toward you in some way if this is a more platonic relationship. So the question is, can you be welcoming and optimistic about this new partnership or this person that's coming in to help, to assist you? Can you keep it playful and, keep it light and be like, wow, I really see the beauty in this person just even wanting to assist. And maybe this person's not perfect. Maybe this person can't, but this person is going to damn try their best to help you get to where it is that you want to go. This person wants to go on this next leg of the adventure with you, and you have the coordinates to do it yourself. So this is up to you to decide whether you want to go this journey alone, which is fine, or whether you want to allow someone else to try and assist you in getting out of this situation. My advice here is to be welcoming and optimistic that this person cares enough about you to want to get you to where it is that you need to go. I understand it can be difficult if you're somebody who is really keen to navigate. I only feel safe when I'm navigating the journey. Maybe this person wants to stop off somewhere else, right? So our spirit is saying that this person can probably get you there quicker. It's like they know a shortcut, right? Now, if you think of this as like traveling, and you're traveling with a friend and they're like, hey, I know a better way it can get us there quicker. You could go that way that person is taking you to go, but you can still meet obstacles along the way. Anywhere you go, there's a potential for obstacles to be there, right? Even though it may be a shorter distance, there may be a traffic jam, there may be something that happens that means that the road is blocked and then you have to go back to the original plan. It's about not having such high expectations of the people around you and enjoying the journey. If you are traveling with a companion, you can like turn the radio up, have a little dance party in the car and just, laugh it off and enjoy it. It can be something that you laugh about with each other later. It's a story. Anyway, however this goes, however this ends up, this person doesn't have all the answers, but nor do you. You got a plan. This person also has a plan. But their main plan here is to be assistance, to help you get to where it is that you want to go. They want to be part of your team. And it's beautiful to have a team, to have these people readily available to help you. It's beautiful. Much love to you. If this reading resonated with you, leave me a comment down in the comment section. Or if you would like to book a personalized reading with me, link is in the description box. Hello, my beautiful pile number 3. What truth does Spirit have for you right now? First of all, we have the swinging one, which would be the Hanged Man. 8 of Waters or 8 of Cups. 3 of Earth or 3 of Pentacles. And the 8 of Earth or the 8 of Pentacles. Okay, so first of all, let me have a look at this first card. The swinging one. This is instantly reminding me of Alice in Wonderland. In Alice in Wonderland, see all the like playing cards in the background there? This is reminding me of when Alice like pisses off the Queen of Hearts and she sends all of her minions or flying monkeys out there after Alice, right? So you may have upset somebody. Now the thing is, she's actually suspended in midair. These cards are only small, so they can't actually reach her where she is. And I feel like you might be doing this right now. You might be just avoiding certain people that you feel like don't have the best of intentions for you, or people are like hunting you down, looking for you, or coming after you after something that you said to somebody else, but they can't reach you, right? Their plans of hunting you down are unsuccessful. So we've got the Queen of Swords energy, clarifying that. So this is like you put up some sort of boundary to protect yourself from somebody. So you've gone up against a Queen of Hearts, or somebody that represents the Queen of Hearts, somebody who is an authority, is in charge, and likes everything to be their way. All ways are my ways, says the Queen of Hearts. And you've challenged their ways. You've had boundaries with this person and said, well, I don't necessarily have to play by your rules. And so now you have a group of people that surround this person, maybe trying to shift or change your mind. Show me more, please. Whoever you are, I feel as though you are incredibly clever. You're very good at evading these people. You are going to outsmart them, right? That's why you're suspended. That's why they can't reach you, because you're smarter. I know that sounds like awful, but that they can't get to you. You've outsmarted them. You've outwitted them. Then we have the Eight of Waters. In this image, she's like in the middle of a city and she seems so out of place there. So I feel like you put yourself in a situation where you don't necessarily feel like you belong there, or you don't feel comfortable. And it can feel that way if you've got all these minions that have now an opinion on you. Or this could be like, say, an example of this is if you have said something about someone who has a high reputation and then other people have got involved or sided with them. Show me this Eight of Cups, please. The Eight of Cups is also about leaving a situation. It's like, it's not necessarily any better over here, right? Where I'm hiding. I don't belong here. I feel out in the wrong environment. Maybe you had to like seek allies for protection. You're like, I'm not even sure if these people are any better. I don't necessarily want to be here. I want to be where I was. It's like you've gone somewhere temporarily, but you didn't necessarily have a plan in order to stay there. But it's like, now how long do I stay here? It's a temporary solution to evade, like maybe you're just staying here or just staying out of the way until things calm down. But you're not in the space where you necessarily wanted to go. Then we have the Three of Pentacles. As I look at this image, right, as you can see, the person in the middle is like eyes wide open. The other people are asleep or have their eyes closed. So it's like, maybe you have surrounded yourself in an environment with people who don't understand. They're asleep. They're not awake to what's actually going on here. You know what's going on. You know everything you experienced here. You knew that people were coming after you or siding with a particular person. Show me this Three of Pentacles, please. So this is interesting because these people are asleep to the safety issue. So you may feel unsafe. These people are saying you're supported here. You can be safe here in this environment, and you're like, I don't think you understand. I don't think you understand about what I went through here. These people are not going to let up. This Queen of Hearts is going to come after me. This Queen, like, and people are like, are you fine? That person's fine. That person's not even looking for you anymore, or doesn't even care about you anymore, or doesn't like. So you may perceive yourself to be like looking over your shoulder, waiting for the next attack, waiting for somebody else to come at you in defense of this other person. Interesting. So it's like everything around you seems safe, but is it? It's like you're waiting for the chaos. These people may have their eyes closed because they're relaxed, because they feel safe in this environment, because they haven't faced everything that you've faced in regards to this previous situation. And it's like, well, you guys might be able to sleep soundly, but I'm sleeping with one eye open. Like, it's giving that kind of energy. Then we have the Eight of Pentacles. Oh, her eyes look so sad. So this is about creating something, putting the work into something. Show me this Eight of Pentacles, please. She's like brewing a potion, right? Now they're showing me Alice in Wonderland again. So that's what she does. She like drinks something and she gets big, right? So maybe you're in the energy of like trying to get bigger. You're thinking of a way that you can meet this person. Like maybe this person, there's like an imbalance in physical ability or something like that. That if you came up against this person because they have the support of everyone else and you need to be bigger or better, or it's giving that kind of energy. In order to put this to a complete end, I have to challenge this person. And in order to do that, I'm going to have to change something about myself. If this person is aggressive, this is like, maybe I could learn to be more aggressive or to fight differently. This is a really interesting energy. Yeah, it's like you're preparing for a fight. I'm not giving up. I'm not going to let this person win. I'm not going to let their minions win, their flying monkeys or whatever. It's like you still feel as though you're in a battle here. So it's like you have withdrawn from a situation or hidden somewhere, or like withdrawn from a battle, but only to come back stronger. Like, I'll be ready. If they come at me, I'm going to be ready, right? It's giving that kind of energy. What if you were safe? Show me more about this, please. Yeah, what if things were peaceful here? What if the fight was over? What if you returned to this previous space and there's been some sort of resolution that you don't necessarily know about, right? You're worried about this person holding a grudge, carrying on the battle, but what if it's you? What if you're the one that's carrying on the battle because of your own fears of what's gone down here, right? Of the fact that you don't have all these allies and team behind you. So you feel like it's not a fair fight. Show me advice for those that are resonating with this message, please. What if you're perceiving an obstacle that's no longer there? Something that we tend to do as humans is we put ourselves as main character in our own story. So then we start to view ourselves as the main character in other people's story. And perhaps potentially this person was aggressive, was volatile, and did have a some sort of vendetta against you. And perhaps you did become their main focus for a time. But there seems to have been some sort of break here with the Hanged Man energy there. There was a pause put on this, and maybe you escaped and went somewhere else, or maybe like you just retreated for a while, or you didn't go out in public, or you just put safety measures in place so that you weren't in this person's vicinity, and maybe they've got other things to worry about now, right? So this is really interesting because it seems that this person is in the same energy as you, this Queen of Hearts, whoever this person is, that is maybe a little volatile and aggressive at times, is in an energy of prosperity, right? Having new opportunities come toward them. And it seems that you are this way too. There's an opportunity and new experiences that are opening up for you. And perhaps your experiences is in this space where you're at, because if I look at these buildings, although this is like a loud city where a lot goes on, that means that there's a lot of opportunity there, right? They've got technological advancements around them. And you may feel like you need to escape this place, or you only ended up here because you needed to escape a previous place. But there's incredible opportunity around you. I feel like you're in an energy of feeling as though you're willing to face any challenge head on. But what if there is no challenge? Then you need to extend that energy towards something else, towards creation, toward putting yourself out there for job opportunities and these financial rewards that want to come in for you, right? You can make a life here where it is that you are. So the question here is, how much energy are you giving to this previous Queen of Hearts, to this previous chapter, to this volatile situation or person? Because there's opportunity all around you, but you might not necessarily be seeing it, because you're distorted reality, right? And this person is also moved on. They've got their own things going on as well. They've got opportunities around them. They probably don't have the time and energy to give toward this feud or whatever was happening here, or this misunderstanding. Show me their energy, please. Show me the Queen of Hearts energy. Okay, so in their energy, I've got this one says, past grievances, resentful, judgmental, unforgiving. However, it says they're avoiding confrontation. There's still unresolved issues that could spiral out of control if you allow yourself around this person. However, in their same energy, they've got going places, leveling up, an increase in wage or status. They're taking the reins of their own life. With that going places energy, they might be moving. They might not even live there anymore. They don't reside there anymore. They're not a problem anymore. They're taking new opportunities. So they're in a different energy, and energy is very like fluctuates, right? It fluctuates. So while they might have been solely focused on you and destroying you at some point in time, they've got other things to worry about now. They've got other things, and so do you. So while this issue may remain unresolved, it's not like, it feels like at one point in time their main focus was attacking you or bringing you down. That's not the case anymore, and it's not the case for either of you, unless it is, unless you allow it to be. Unless you focus your energy on purely trying to bring this person down or make them pay for what they did to you, or you're trying to like be on the defense, like I'm ready for a war, I'm ready for a fight, that leads to war, that leads to fighting, right? I personally would like to see you put this energy into something that you're creating for yourself, something more tangible, to these new opportunities that are presenting themselves to you, to making more money. You've got prosperity available to you, level up, and it's in both of your energies. So maybe you could even take it one step further and be thankful and grateful for this person in teaching you something and into aligning you with certain opportunities, because it feels like where you went, where you took yourself, is in the space where all these opportunities are for you. And you maybe didn't necessarily have these opportunities presented to you before, but because of whatever went down here, whatever happened, it seems like now you're in perfect alignment with these opportunities. And vice versa, the same for them. Be happy for them that they've got the same opportunities and that they now have the ability to move past whatever grievances that they had. Well, I can see they're still there, and if they saw you in person, they may not be kind. They may, but I don't necessarily feel like they're going to attack you or send people after you or start a hate campaign or anything like that. I think they understand and they recognize how things have spiraled out of control when it comes to you, and that things went a little too far, and maybe they're starting to feel some type of way about putting too much energy on you. They're in a space where they want more for themselves, they want growth, and that's all of us as people. All of us want to be better, do better, learn from our previous mistakes. So I feel like it's safe for you to start something new. If you run into this person, it might be a little icy, as I said, but otherwise, I feel like you're fine, you're good. This will only consume you so long as you allow it to. Continue to allow it to take up, like, rent space in your mind. If this reading resonated with you, you can leave me a comment in the comment section. And if you'd like to book a personalized reading with me, link is in the description box. Much love. Hello, my beautiful pile number 4s. Let's see what truth spirit has for you today. So we have the 6 of Fires, which would be the 6 of Wands. Those butterflies are so vibrant, aren't they? Just beautiful on this image. 6 of Waters, which would be the 6 of Cups. The 10 of Airs, which is the 10 of Swords. So this image a little darker. And You Are the One, which I might actually look that one up because that's specific to this deck, so that you might get a deeper meaning from that one. Okay, so we're starting off with the 6 of Fires. So in this image, this is interesting because this is the 6 of Wands. This is getting a lot of attention, a lot of recognition, a lot of people that want to be around your energy or your frequency, or they're resonating deeply with your frequency, or it's like being in the limelight and getting a lot of attention. In this image, I can't help but notice that maybe it's unwanted attention, or she's not necessarily sure if she wants all of these people around her at this time. These butterflies, they seem to recognize her as one of them. If you think of butterflies, they move in like a swarm, right? They don't necessarily flock that much around people. But if I'm looking at this image, it's almost like I'm wanting to like swat them away. Like my instinct is to like just say, back up a bit, you know, you're doing too much. It's interesting. Let me go a little deeper into this message. So you may feel like you're not one of them, you're different to them, they don't understand you. They feel like they definitely do understand you, that you're just like them. They see something in you that resonates so deeply. So this might be a new group of friends, people that you're around. It might be a new work environment that you're in, and you seem to be quite popular in this space. And you're like, I understand why you're here, but just back up a bit. Like, you're doing too much. You're doing too much. Show me this 6 of Wands energy here. Interesting. So you're just assessing the situation. You don't want to move too quickly. And that would very much be the case if you were surrounded by this swarm of butterflies, right? One wrong move and they could all disappear. So that might be a fear that you have. What if I do something wrong in this space? What if I upset somebody? What if I don't necessarily belong here? Ace of Cups in reverse. What if these people withdraw from me, withdraw their love? What if I let them down? What if I disappoint them? This is heavy energy, right? This is pain that you're carrying from the past, where perhaps you did let people down, or people let you down, or what seemed like were your people, were your tribe, weren't, or looked differently. Then we have the Six of Waters, which is the Six of Cups, which is the past, right? As you can see here, these seahorses is your previous version of who you surrounded yourself with, and they're a little less invasive, right? They're listening. As I'm looking at this image, it's like you were the wisdom in this group of people. They listened to you. You gave them great advice. You held space for them, and they were a little less invasive. They weren't like flocking to you like you were somebody special. Like, I'm not doubting that you were somebody special, but you had like a softer approach with these people and they were softer with you, right? Whereas these people, they're a different vibration. They're all very out there and loud and confident and, you know, vibrant. And you're like, oh, I don't know if I belong here in this space. So these previous people, they exhaust you. You got a little overwhelmed with their energy, even though they held back from you, right? Even though they weren't as magnificent in their frequency, you appreciated the calm, but at the same time, well, you appreciated the distance, or that they weren't trying to do too much. But at the same time, I've got the devil energy there, which is like energy vampires. They were like secretly, quietly energy vampires, people who didn't necessarily advance in any kind of way because they hadn't done a lot of the shadow work in order to align with higher frequencies, right? There was people who were always in financial difficulty, that were wasteful of their resources, that were greedy, you know, were always trying to one-up somebody. Then we have the Ten of Swords here, which is interesting. Look at all these skulls, right? This is all the skulls that you collected from these people. These all came to an end. All these friendships came to an end. And then we've got these butterflies coming in like, hey, I just heard we've been through this too. So that's interesting. So you're in an energy of feeling as though these butterflies don't necessarily understand you, but in this image I'm getting that they absolutely understand you because they went through the same trials with the people that they surrounded themselves with. You might think that they're just naturally vibrant, naturally in this high frequency. However, you might be making judgments upon them that aren't necessarily true, or you see yourself as different from them because they haven't been through what I've been through. But how do you know? How do you know? How do you know they haven't collected so many skulls along their journey? So we have the Eight of Swords energy, clarifying that. Yeah, you've got this energy of, I don't belong here. Our stories are not the same. Keep in mind that we are all on this journey. It's almost like you feel like you don't belong with these people, or you feel like unworthy of aligning with them because the damage that you carry, right? It's giving, you don't understand what I've been through. I think these people understand more than you know. They're in a love frequency. They're in very much unconditional love, heart activation style energy. And while you may feel like an imposter in this space, they recognize something in you that you don't even recognize yet. And they're recognizing that your true strength comes from your ability to love, your ability to shine, despite what it is that you've been through. Now we have this final one, which is You Are the One. And I'm going to read this one from the book, which I don't normally do, but because we are using a different deck, I'm going to, in this instance, because it's specific to this deck. You are the one. At the start it says, I want you to believe that there is no one more special and unique than you. You embody everything that outshines and distinguishes you from the rest. Love yourself. Let me hold this up while I read it. This beautiful maiden is an outcast to the people in her village because her physical attributes are very rare. The gods and goddesses blessed her by giving her a red mask across her eyes, platinum hair, and light skin, as opposed to the people in her village who have black eyes, black hair, and dark skin, and a black mask across their eyes. To them, this red masked maiden is cursed and will bring nothing but bad omens to the village. Nonetheless, the maiden has disregarded the villagers' senseless assumptions and has travelled to another village where there she will be accepted and loved for her unique attributes. And I feel like that's what these people are doing, because they're recognizing your heart frequency. They recognize that it doesn't matter what you look like, it doesn't matter what you've been through. I feel like it's very much talking about the separation between me and them, but it's actually you are the one that's seeing the separation here, not necessarily the people that you are associating with. And in this image, interesting, she has her heart over her heart chakra. So while they're seeing the beauty, the love, the frequency that emits off you, you're covering your heart. Like, I don't want to expose that part of myself, because when I previously exposed it to these people and was open-hearted, I was completely energetically drained by these people. Show me more about this. You are the one. So we have the Knight of Cups energy here. This is about withdrawing love. You're thinking about the people that have withdrawn love from you when you could no longer be their energetic supply, right? Because as you can see in this image, she is like, they're coming to her like for her energy. They're listening, they're gaining deep wisdom, but at the same time, they're siphoning it. And you didn't necessarily recognize that that was what was going on. So you were left disappointed. You had to withdraw love from certain people, or when you cut off your supply, they withdrew from you. They weren't there for the long haul. You've been given a new opportunity to integrate with people who are of a different frequency. It's like you're not in this place anymore. Your vibration's different, and so you're attracting people of a higher vibration. People who are cheerful, people who are energetic, people who are doing a little too much. They got too much energy, bitch, and it's a little overwhelming in this space. People with free spirit, people who see limitless potential because they have too been able to release all these heavy burdens that were weighing them down of the past. They've been through some ish too. Don't make judgments upon these people based on the carefree light spirit that they have. Understand that they see you because of what it is that you've been through. It resonates deeply with them. And in this image, it's like these butterflies are coming here. Like, these butterflies are coming here to visit. Like, you're sitting here clutching all these like trials and tribulations and the betrayals and the backstabs and I couldn't trust this person and I had to cut this person off because they completely siphoned my energy. And they're like, hey, cool, you went through the initiation. Now you can come join us. Come join our flock of butterflies, right? You're one of us. And you're like, I don't know. I'm a bit wary of this. Show me final advice here for those who chose pile number 4. Okay, so first of all, we have, this one says free flowing. This one says go with the flow, working collaboratively with others, feeling sure and positive, not allowing negativity to affect you, and saying goodbye to the old story. Okay. Beautiful. Then we have restful. So you might feel like you need a break. You need a minute before you integrate. Like, it's like, I can't just go from this particular space of what seemed like darkness to this vibrant, uplifted energy. I need a minute. I need a rest. This one says prioritizing your self-care. Be peaceful, balanced, and calm. You are now free from agitation, so you can think clearly. You are undisturbed and unhurried. Sometimes when we're in a space of all drama all the time, or so much going on and all that kind of thing, and then things become peaceful, it's a shock to our nervous system. And while we may think, you know, it's so peaceful here and great, at times it's like you need an outlet for your energy. These people around you have managed to master that. They've mastered that energy so that they can fully embody it. Take time out to enjoy the smaller things in life. Maybe you would actually benefit from searching for butterflies. Go visit a butterfly house or be around the vibrancy of the butterflies and the different colors so that you can then embody it yourself. Then we have victim mentality. Dominating or aggressive relationships, ego-driven, avoidance, does not self-reflect, blames others, plays the victim, flips the scripts, and becomes defensive. I feel like you've been through a lot with these previous people in your life, and it's like you're learning a new way to be. a new way to be free, a new way to be vibrant, a new way to be confident in your new space and confident in your abilities to attract. Things are different now in the reality that you're in, and it very much seems like a timeline jump from previous chaotic energies to one that is much more beautiful and abundant and calm. And it can take a while for your mind to catch up with this new reality that you're in. If this reading resonated with you, you can leave me a comment down in the comment section. And if you'd like to book a personalized reading with me, link is in the description box. Much love.